What is the purpose of this podcast?
You tell me. I'm here for you.
Yeah, I know. So the purpose of this podcast, I think, is to add value to the creator community.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, it's just about having real conversations about the stuff that we get up to on a daily.
Yeah.
Anything that could be helpful to a young creator starting out, or even a creator that's established and running into trouble with
Or
contracts.
if you just want a healthy vent in life in general. Because this industry is very stressful. I'm not going to lie. It was fun when I started. It's still fun, depending on clients and briefs. But I think we're gonna find a lot of things through this podcast.
I was going to say, what was fun in the start that's now become a job?
Yeah, creative processes. Everything is the same. Everything looks the same. Client wants the same stuff. I'm bored. I'm so bored on social media. Even like I'm so bored I don't know what to make anymore. So I haven't been like scrolling through TikTok and Instagram or any platform unless it's like something that I don't do.
That's so funny
If that
because
makes sense.
I've got that sort of internal dialogue with myself that when I start scrolling, I go, I'm so bored. I'm so
But
bored.
that's
I'm
exactly
bored.
why. That's why I don't scroll on TikTok and Instagram. It literally puts me in like a creative rut where I'm just like stuck. I can't get any inspiration from anyone. It's like once in a blue moon, like 1% out of all the 100% in the world, I find inspiration somewhere. And
Okay,
that's
but
like,
does that mean that you are maybe like ahead of the curve and you've done it
don't know.
all?
I feel like I'm still sitting in some imposter syndrome because I've been like literally on TikTok this year for 10 years.
Sure.
It's been from Musical.ly to TikTok. I've been in that transition for 10 years. And what's worked back then obviously doesn't work now, but the creativity from back then is so much higher, and like the transitioning, the way that you shoot stuff was so much more like fun back then than it is now, because everyone now looks the same. So like with TikTok, for example, when I was on Musical.ly, you do whatever you want to do. Like you create however you want to create. Everybody had their own style. You could kind of like pick out who was who from just the way that they shot their videos or how they made it. Nobody looked the same. People were inspired by other creators, but they never looked the same at all. But when TikTok came around, and I love TikTok, they did a lot for the community. But it that grinds my gears, because when we started doing the creator program for TikTok, I was part of the first like 10 creators that they had in South Africa helping with that process. I got a lot of backburn on that because I was fighting for the creators, because nobody else was. We didn't have a creator industry where we had each other's backs kind of thing. We were just creators. Once we moved from Musical.ly to TikTok, it became trend-based. Then it became, we need to do this to be seen because they're only pushing these type of content things. And that's how the algorithm started forming, was whatever TikTok says or Instagram says goes. So it's like really difficult.
So I saw a video by Matt Rife the other day, and I used to get a lot of Matt Rife's content.
Oh, same.
All the time. And he was saying that like he started watching like his engagement and his views go down. He was like, it's fine, I'm still doing really well.
Yeah.
He was still in the millions, he was still going, and eventually it just went dead, like absolutely dead zero. So he phoned up TikTok and to find out like if he's got a shadow ban or something on him. And they said, oh no, we're just not pushing stand up anymore. So you went from like booming on every single feed and absolutely killing it to zero. So how do you even defend your stats these days?
The thing is, you can't, because you have no control over what TikTok does.
So
The only thing
even
you
if you're the
can-
best creator in the world,
It does
and
not matter. It really doesn't. Like,
and your
it could
content is on
happen-
fleek.
Exactly. It could happen. Okay, let's put it this way. TikTok has this thing where if you have a new account, they're going to push you for like at least 3-4 years. As soon as you reach that threshold, your engagement's going to drop instantly. I've had my account for 10 years, Joel. I've been struggling with this for
No,
a
I
very
know,
long
and
time.
I mean, I see, because we work all the time on different on different campaigns, and I've seen the varied kind of engagement rates on different
Yes.
things, and it's like you just cannot guarantee any sort of
can't.
view or engagement rate right now. However, people are asking me for influencers rates based on cost per engagement.
And following and it
following.
doesn't really even matter, because at the end of the day, it is marketing. The people that's paying for it needs to pay for it to be marketed.
Well, okay, so that is what I want to talk to you about, because I've got a whole long tail of this. But
Okay.
first of all, I actually wanted to ask you firstly, how much does it cost you to produce, let's say, a TikTok reel for a client?
Can I tell you, it changes every time, because with each videographer that I need to find that's available, they range between like 5 to 7K.
Okay, let's say for a 60 seconds. So we're gonna try and
a 30
standardize it.
second video. So things have gotten really expensive. I'm trying to get like a videographer that I can work with more regularly, but because there's such a high demand of videographers right now, as well as creators, it's like the prices go up.
And the work isn't consistent enough for you to hire them full time. So they've got to have they've got to have a full time job and do this on the side.
Exactly.
Which means they're only available on the weekends. Which means when the client comes to you and says, "Okay, well, we're going to give you go ahead now. Can we have it tomorrow?" Then
No, we
no,
can't.
you can't. I have been down this little rabbit hole now for a while, and I mean, I work with various creators. You're one of them. I know that for a female creator as well, it's not just about showing up. It's your full face beat. It's your lashes. It's your nails. It's your hair. You've got to have your hair kind of looking good all the time. So you've got to keep everything up to date.
Look, going for a color, going for a cut, going for a style, depending what you need. Like I need to trim my hair every 2 months, and then I need to color my hair also because the stress that the clients give me grays. Like it's here, you can see it. I'm not hiding any of that.
No.
So like, depending on that, it could be in the thousands just for your hair.
It is. It is. So okay, so let's just say before we even start shooting, we've got maybe about 2,000 rand on just look, outfit,
that
sourcing, all of that kind of stuff. Then we've got the videographer that's costing us what, between 5 and 7. But that's also a videographer who can edit, or is it a videographer who
that does both?
So does both.
They do both.
He shoots for you. He goes home. He does an edit for you. You send it to him. You make your changes. Send it to client. Client sends us back.
Get revisions. Send it back to him.
And then they put the whole campaign on hold for 2 months.
Oh, that
grinds
my gears. Because they stress you out for time, and you're shooting it in like the worst conditions. It's raining outside, but you must shoot outside in the sun.
I've still got a whole podcast series that was shot with one of my influencers from June last year that hasn't gone live yet.
I've been speaking to creators just yesterday about how they had campaigns that shot December that only went live yesterday. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Because now you have to be on a retainer that they shouldn't be paying you for.
So that is why I'm also really strict with the contract, because I make sure that usage is tied into a contract period.
Yeah.
So when we are signing a contract, it's never longer than, like, say 2 months.
We hope.
Unless they've obviously negotiated usage beyond that. But what happens with me is I get to almost 3 or 4 days to the end of the contract and we haven't heard if we're going live or not, and they've pushed it up by 6 weeks. And then I've got to go back and say, look, client, but your contract's run out, so now we need to renegotiate the whole contract, or we need to go live in the next 3 days.
Or they say, oh, we went live already. Sorry, we didn't let you know.
Oh, yes, I remember that one. That was a good one.
Wow.
It's all right. My invoice is still in the post.
That video was so good. It was one of my best works, and it never saw the light of day.
Okay, so let's go average 6,000 rand for a photographer and what about a studio space and locations? You can't just shoot anywhere. I think that's also another big misconception, is that clients think that you can just walk out into the street or go into a coffee shop and shoot. You can't.
Just go into Canal Walk even. I have to ask permissions. You need to have, what is this thing? I almost said a visa. Permit. Basically.
Exactly.
You need a permit to shoot anywhere.
I was in a parking lot the other day, underground parking lot for a mall.
Yeah.
And I saw this really raggedy sign that says exit, and it had some graffiti around it. So I asked the guy that I was with, one of my other influencers, just to go stand up against the sign because it was really cool. And I was taking on my phone pictures of him against the sign, and the security guard came up to me and told me, no, I can't shoot.
Yeah.
I need a permit. I said, I'm literally just taking pictures of my brother.
Yeah.
But now you can't even pull out anything
whether you're
bigger than a Nokia 3310.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. We went skating literally for I'm learning how to skate. Fun fact.
Yes.
I
know this.
Fun fact. It's so much fun. But because it's raining, we're using the parking lot at Canal Walk. But luckily for me, I'm family with Canal Walk, with the brand. So it's not related family, but we've created a really good relationship between the two of us. So they always give me permissions, and they obviously have to let ops know, because even just last week we had ops driving around and asking us with their body cams on, hi, do you have permissions to shoot here? They didn't have an issue with us skating there. They had an issue with us shooting there. And we had a phone, an old Samsung phone on a tripod,
and a GoPro stuck to your ass.
No, that was it.
So again, the beach completely out of bounds, parks completely out of bounds.
Yeah, I've tried. It's worked sometimes, but you have to go to the place.
And you've got to go really fast.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And you got to know exactly what you're doing, and you shoot, and you get the hell out of there, and then
get yourself a shot list, please. Plan, prep.
Okay.
So
let's just get back to the really ugly truth of this whole thing. So now we've got 6,000 rand for videographer, 2,000 rand to look good,
Minimum.
absolutely nowhere to shoot,
Absolutely no way.
absolutely zero time to do it in. Now, your rate for an Instagram reel is 18,000. Okay. So now we're already going to take off, let's say 6,000 rand for that. Let's say 1,000 rand for your looks because, you know, so that's 7,000. Now we're taking 7,000 rand off the 18. So now we're on 11.
That's just for
And my
videographer.
maths is really, really bad. But like that's, so now that's 11,000 rand. Then I take 20% for my management.
Don't forget the 25% tax.
Don't forget the 25% tax. Okay.
So basically, we left with 1,000 rand.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
There's a- but this is why I'm like, I think that's also why my inspiration is so like, oh, because you work so hard as a creative, and you know how this is as a creative, like your whole heart is in your content, and then all of a sudden things flip, and you're like, so am I not good enough? Am I doing something wrong? And it's not even you; it's just the platform.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to my Influencers Cool slogan, which is "fuck the algorithm," because honestly, there's no ways you can control any of this. And the only thing you can control is your creative output.
Yeah.
So just make content that you love. Like if you just make content that you love and you share the content that you love, it will get picked up by the audience that's looking for it.
Yeah.
Okay. What you and I are talking about now, we're talking very commercially. We're talking about we need, you know, big numbers and audiences, etc. But if you're a creator at home and you're looking to start out, don't even bother trying to follow all those hacks and those accounts that tell you how to blow up on TikTok and how to blow up on Instagram.
You need to
just
post and figure it out.
Post, and that's what I'm doing on LinkedIn at the moment. I've got so much to say, and
We know.
I know. And you know what the best part is, and this is also like Tim reminded me the other day. He said, I told him like, what do you think of this whole rollout plan for this launch that we were doing? He was like, well, Jill, as you say, and I'm like, as I say, what? He's like, no one cares.
Really, no one cares.
No one cares. So my brother is probably the only person who comments on my LinkedIn posts, and then maybe two others.
I just watch.
And
I
then
don't
one of the
comment.
mothers from my kid's school always likes it. I mean, have we covered anything valuable for the viewer?
I feel like at this point we're in like a mashed potato space, and we need to figure out what's going to work for the creator now in this current economy with everything
So
changing.
what if you're a creator right now? And I'm not. This isn't like for our listeners at home. This
Post
is
what
if
you want
you
to.
had to start
No.
again.
Oh goodness, I am going to start again.
I was going to say I'm basically starting from scratch.
Yeah, it feels like I'm continuously starting from scratch every few months. That's what it feels like for me. So I think if I start from scratch, it'll probably do better. But also, I hate doing this, but I'm going to have to niche it down. I'm going to have to, instead of doing one account with all the things I love, I'm going to have to do 5 accounts with my singular things that I like. Because that's the only thing that's working right now.
And YouTube Shorts are doing way better than
100%.
Than Instagram and TikTok.
And
YouTube has
a
been
South
around
African
for
branch
much
as well.
longer.
I mean, I
and
started on YouTube.
But that's what I'm saying. YouTube's been around for much longer and they haven't really changed the algorithm much.
I mean, the algorithm changes, but it's not like a drastic thing like TikTok and Instagram's been doing. TikTok and Instagram is just competing with each other. YouTube is the brand. Like YouTube is what everybody else wants to be.
YouTube for me is where you go to self-broadcast.
I mean, you can do
and
everything on
to
YouTube.
have autonomy over your content rather than...
Yeah, YouTube is where you keep your brand. That's basically it.
I know from a monetization point of view, I book the most campaigns on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I never get asked for YouTube, ever.
I used to get asked for YouTube, but I don't think people realize that YouTube is a good place to advertise on, because for them, Instagram and TikTok is quicker.
But also because they're competing now against Google AdSense. The best thing you can do is find a creator that speaks your language and has your vibe, and stick with that creator.
Yeah.
And make sure you appear in their videos, whether it's a logo on a t-shirt or a cap or an Apple Mac computer or a phone.
Yeah.
Is embed your brand and your product and into the actual content, because it's not showing up anymore on Instagram. Engagement rate for me is stupid because I actually feel sorry for some people, so I like it because I feel sorry for them.
Like, look,
so
even for me with my creative friends, I'm like, if I see a paid posting, I know people don't want to watch it, so I will watch it and I like it.
You see, but that you're like the tiny little 1% minority,
but like, who
because
else
you
is
know.
going to do it? No, but like on a real note, like people's been saying, as soon as an influencer puts out a sponsored or ad or something, they don't want to watch it because it looks like an ad. And it's because of the briefs that clients are giving. I've been getting a lot of good feedback on mine, actually, where people's like, this is
Yes.
the best campaign I've ever seen, because it's not
you're one in a
according to the
million.
brief.
I know.
Like, I get briefs from clients that are like far left from what I do. And I'm just like, this is not me. I send them my own brief. They approve that. I do it. And then every other
Yeah,
time,
but
Dick and
that's like
Harry's.
101. When I was doing graphic design, I used to, and like I had to find out the hard way, but like eventually when people would come say like, oh, we need a logo, the first thing I would do is say like, have you been to my website? Do
Yeah.
you like my stuff? Because as a designer, that is my aesthetic. That's what I do.
What campaign was it that was out? There was like a makeup wipe campaign thing that I know a few of my friends were on as well. Everyone did the exact same video. They could not divert from that brief. They had to do it exactly as it was said. And there was a whole thing on TikTok going, have you seen this video?
Yeah.
Everyone's doing it the same. And they
They
literally
should have duetted them.
They did that. They literally scrolled through the campaign and every
Oh,
video had the exact same
no.
brief, the exact same voiceover. Everything was exactly
Okay, so
the
what is the most
same.
bizarre thing you've had happen to you?
Most bizarre thing that a client's ever asked me to do, or that I've had to
That, like feedback-wise or
feedback.
anything.
Ooh, the
that
most
just came
bizarre
up.
thing is a client not knowing their own product. That
Okay,
for
but
me
I'm sorry,
was
that's almost
bizarre.
every single campaign we do is they send us the wrong product and we shoot the whole thing.
No,
And the product and the
no,
thing is
for
wrong.
real. And then we have in our clauses like, look,
Yeah.
if you send us the wrong stuff, if you're giving us the wrong
Reshoot,
stuff,
yeah.
you have to pay a reshoot fee. And they refuse. And then they blacklist you. I've been blacklisted on so many campaign, like brand lists, because they didn't know how to do their job.
There is no such thing as a free lunch. I've had so many
Yeah.
people come to me and say, oh, but we sent that creator so much product and they never posted once.
Hmm.
And I go, okay, but did you tell them that they must post? And they were like, no, it's their choice. I said,
So
okay,
then
but then you
why-
can't blacklist them,
Yeah.
you know, for not posting. Okay, so I think what we've already demonstrated as well is that to produce a piece of content costs us a lot of money. It's a personal creator cost, and not only our time, because no one cares about our time.
No
you
one
know,
cares
it do-
about us.
Our
They
time
want our
isn't
audience.
valued at all.
Yeah.
You know, we're not allowed to charge for time. So I'm saying that we need to go back to like traditional advertising again. And I know I've actually made quite a thing about that. This is not a traditional advertising, like
Yeah.
standardized thing. However, when I was doing art direction in the 90s or the 2000s, a television commercial would cost millions.
Yeah, I know.
And we had a whole team just working on the production, right?
Yeah.
Then you have the talent. So if you brought talent in who's a well-known name, that would be a talent cost.
Yeah.
Then-
That's a day rate and usage.
There you go. Now, so that's even outside of the production cost. Then you've got, for me, you've got to now distribute this content somewhere. So now you've got to now pay television, radio, all of that kind of stuff. And then finally, you've got usage. Where you're going to use this content? It's going to be used all over the world. Is
Online,
it just going to be
TV,
used on telly? Is it just going to...
Global.
Exactly. So now you've got, but now you're lumping those 4 roles into influencer content and charging at just the distribution rate.
The 10%.
The
10% of-
CPE
Yeah.
is just basically, and then you say, okay, but no, we'll come along and we're gonna put like 100,000 rands worth of boosting budget behind this piece of content so that it reaches a broader audience. But now you're not paying that creator who did the production; they're in it, and you're now pushing it outside of their what was agreed to, which
Yeah.
is their social media. You're now boosting it to new audiences, and you're not paying them usage.
Yeah.
In fact, you're going, the creator should be happy because we're exposing the creator to a bigger and broader audience.
Exposure
But
does
it's
not
not-
pay the bills.
It's not the same. You cannot boost a piece of content that was produced and is designed and directed and acted in by a certain personality for their channels, and then you boost it to other audiences and not pay usage.
And creators don't need the exposure because they've been exposing themselves.
Once,
Like they
yeah,
are
I'm
the
sorry,
exposure.
but once you get to a point where a brand is paying you to make content,
Yeah.
you've ticked the exposure box.
Like, you
Okay,
really don't need
now
to-
you've been slogging away for how many years? 10 years to get
Oh,
to a
yeah.
point where you've got an audience, you've got trust, and there again, like they were saying that CPE has stabilized at
Yeah.
7 rand. I'm like, okay, how do you cost trust at 7 rand?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whose
Okay,
trust
want
costs 7
long-term
rand?
relationships at this point. Like
Yeah.
we don't want to, we're going to do one campaign with one brand and we're never going to see them again. Because then there's no trust also, because you want people to know that you use this brand, you trust this brand. So you're going to be using that brand a lot.
But like if a brand just came to us and they invested in us, we wouldn't have to worry about
Exactly.
exclusivity.
I used to
We would
have
be loyal to that
such
brand. In fact, they would get over.
Exactly. For me as a creator, I love a brand that wants to build a relationship with me long term. That for me, I get more value out of. There, I'm like, cool, I will give you a year of X, Y, and Z at this rate. Because I now I'm getting repeat work. Every month I'm getting something.
My thing for creators, my leave behind for creators at this, let's see, what is it, the 22nd of April 2026. As of this date, start working on your own IP and owning your own IP. So start building your personal brand. So it doesn't matter where your personal brand goes, on which platform, your personal brand is the value. Okay, so you need to be, it's not about audience and following and that type of thing. You need to be looking inward and saying, what value do I bring to an audience?
Yeah.
And why should people listen to what I'm saying? And why should people be influenced to buy
Yeah.
what I'm selling or the opinion that I have?
Our dance industry, our film industry has been tanking because people have been underpaid and they continuously like bringing the rates down. And our rates in life, like cost of living is going up dramatically, taxes going up, everything's going up. And we're getting paid less and less and less as creatives every year. So as much as I was shouting through my butthole to every creator up and coming that was in the industry to actually charge more like for their brand, the same thing's going to happen to us. Our dance industry is being paid less now than what they were paid 10 years ago for film.
So same with influencers.
But creators are the cause of that. Because online marketing, for us, if we're charging less, our arts industry with regards to the acting and commercial industry is now tanking as well. So we're getting paid less in the commercial scene because of us charging less online.
Yeah.
So it's literally, we're going to have no creators in South
Cannibalizing.
Africa at
But that's
some
what creators
point.
have always done.
Yeah.
We've always undervalued ourselves and we've always charged less, and we've always been so thankful for whatever opportunity we're given. And we seem to just continue fighting for scraps.
It's because we're all scared that we're not going to get work, and everyone's going to get work. But if you all charge what you're supposed to be charging, I'm looking straight into your soul. Whoever needs to hear this, I'm
I know
looking
exactly
straight
who I'm
into your
looking at.
soul.
I know who I'm looking
If
at.
you're charging what you're charging for, if you're a massive creator and you're charging what you need to charge as like someone that only has 10K followers, you are literally running the creator economy into the ground because everybody else is going to have to bring their rates down. We are never going to grow as a community, and we're never going to have a long-term business as creators. Most people are moving overseas now because that's where the pay is coming from.
I would love to get the whole dependence on brand sponsorships and brand work down to like 5%.
Yeah.
And start putting pressure on the channels and the platforms to pay the creators for use of their content. Because at the moment we're actually going, oh, please, TikTok, share our stuff.
No,
Here's all our value, have it all.
We've been fighting for TikTok to pay
No,
South
I
African
know.
creators since Musical.ly,
I
since
know.
back then.
And the only
they do not
platform
budge.
that does it in South Africa is YouTube.
YouTube and Facebook.
But do you know what is also shocking? That an African audience is not nearly as valuable. So AdSense will not pay for, they'll pay R2 for an African audience, like a million Africans, versus $200 for a
US.
American audience. So if your audience is made up mostly of South Africans and African people,
That's
you're going to
interesting.
earn way less than
They
the
think
person
that-
who's targeting the US and the more,
Yeah,
I don't know, the more valuable audience.
because we're a third world country.
We're a shithole country. Come on.
We don't watch the internet.
No.
We don't know what's happening in the world.
No, but we also don't buy stuff because we're banging rocks together trying to make fire.
Well, we don't buy stuff because they make it so flippin' expensive for us. That's why.
Because we don't have money in the rand shit. Well, we digress, but like that's a truism, because I've been working with this international fund. It's in US dollars, and they're looking to help creators scale.
Yeah.
So they'll come to you and they say, okay, you're already earning this amount of AdSense on YouTube. We'll give you R1 million so that you can stop your day job and just concentrate on making more content so that your AdSense can go up, and we'll take a portion of your AdSense until that's paid back with interest.
Yeah.
So it's not a loan, it's funding to
Invested
scale, but
funding,
you are going to pay them back.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm trying to explain this to the creators in South Africa, and they can't understand because nobody, that like some of the bigger YouTubers that I've approached to like offer this fund to, because I'm an official
Yeah.
like agency for this fund, haven't even signed up to AdSense. They're literally sitting on like thousands of
Oh,
rands
Joel, no.
that they didn't even know AdSense was a thing.
I've had
They've just been
AdSense
doing
since
content.
before I was a full-time creator.
But no, but I mean, but I was shocked. I was going, okay, cool. How much do you earn from AdSense every month? They're like, ad what?
So Google has this platform where you can get paid,
Yeah.
basically.
But if you
Get
have
your
1,000
AdSense.
subscribers or more on YouTube, you can
get
join the ad
AdSense.
program. And then if they serve ads within your content,
Hmm.
you get a portion of that ad revenue.
Also, YouTube has a South African YouTube hub. So we have our own little section of YouTube section where we have creators that are getting fed content that they can like suggestions of contents, trends, and things that's happening on YouTube, on shorts, on what they're pushing, and what like if they find you and they see you from South Africa, you are going to be on that list. So just post on YouTube, please.
Yeah.
Shorts specifically doing so great.
Yeah, shorts are. But
Live
that's what I'm saying,
streams
why
on
don't we just
YouTube
move?
does so great.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm moving from Twitch to YouTube very soon. Oh, I'm
Okay,
just
but
going to do on
Twitch does
both.
nothing
So
for the creator anyway.
Twitch takes like 75% of your income. It's fun. But
Okay,
also,
so we basically solved absolutely no problems here today. We've just bitched and moaned about stuff.
I mean,
but like,
maybe we should, and then we can solve something next week.
yeah, okay. No, I was going to say no. Like,
We need to know what the problems are so
I was
we
going to say,
can
but there's
solve
nothing
them.
to solve.
I mean,
It's like,
the thing
it's not
is,
in our control.
It's in our control if we're doing it together. That's the problem.
I think
We're
that's the
not doing
thing.
it together. Everyone's in different phases. So like you have me, the old millennial people that's been in the industry for long, that's kind of like grown into the internet way of doing things. And then you have the newer gen creators that has been around since internet's been existing. And we all have a different version of how to do things. And we all have a different understanding. And for the newer ones, it's like, oh, we got a job. And they're not actually checking how much work it takes pay-wise to do those things. So whatever's coming in,
I think that is actually one of the things that people aren't taking stock of, is that they're not treating their personal brand and their influencer or creator
business.
as a business. So they're not going, okay, my this is my target for this month so that I can live.
Yeah, I need to
and
think
then you
rent.
would stop saying yes to stuff that's going to take you 3 or 4 days and pay you
2,000 rand
that
for
you're
a
going to
full
lose
campaign.
money on.
Yeah. Because you're basically working at a loss. You're running at a loss.
Well,
and then
that's
you're
what I
running
did a post the
industry
other
to
day
a
saying that
loss.
we're actually paying brands to work.
Yeah, so
you know what I
what's the
mean? So
point?
we're
But-
actually we're putting in our work and our time and our energy over and above what they're paying us,
Yeah.
and we're coming out at a loss.
Yeah.
So
mute me on this.
ultimately,
Mute me on this. Don't become a brand. Mute that last word.
don't become a brand. Okay.
Mute that. Hi, my babe. Hi. Hi. I'm shooting a podcast with Jill. What are you doing? When are we going to be done?
Now.
No.
3 months cupped here.
No. Okay, cool. Love you. Bye.
Okay, cool. Cut. Let's go get the boys.
Are you not ending this one?
No.
Then signing off. Now we have to bring in more couches.